I said early in one of my introductions that although there is a plan and a logical order to the way musical lessons will unfold, they will also be adapted day by day. Everything that happens each day will change the course of a lesson. I used to write down at the end of a lesson what the student had done that day and what I planned on doing the following week. Then on Sundays, I would gather all my files of my students and go through each one and make a more detailed plan for each one for that week. Every morning I would take that day's files and review them again before the students came and continue with my plans. What I soon found out though was that those plans go out the window the moment the student walks in. They may have a different song they'd like to do, we may recognize a different problem in their fingering, a different issue may come up in a song that they're learning and we may have to sit on that or turn into a different direction or exercise. That occurs all the time as our interests change and as we look around and as we experience new things in music as in life. I often joke in theory and even in song learning that everything's one thing. If we start talking about primary chords, the primary chords give us all the notes of our scale. The primary chords and the scales are the same. Chords are just melodies stacked up vertically. Melodies are just chords running horizontally. Every song that we learn we can find is connected to another song by another chord, as we've seen from our earlier riffs. This is kind of a microcosm of the universe. The universe is one unified whole, everything combined into one thought with the same purpose and direction, although linked through a diversity of details and facts. Recently we ran into the key of B flat. We ran through all the chords in B flat, C minor, D minor in two different positions, E flat bar chord or E flat based on a D chord, the F or F7, G minor, a small one or a big bar chord, and including our A diminished chord, or A half diminished 7, back on B flat. As we encountered a couple of these chords, they looked exactly like what I would play in I Shot the Sheriff. The G minor and so on, and I said that might be the next song we'll do. The moment I started thinking about that, I realized we should go back and connect what I'm going to do in I Shot the Sheriff to things we've already done. Here are some of the chords in B flat. Notice the fret number I've given you here. So I've got this little guy, this little B flat we learned early on, which goes well with D minors. C minor is a bar chord. It looks exactly like a B minor, but it's at the 3rd fret here. I've got the E flat there at the 3rd fret, and the G minor. I want to relate this all back to Hey There Delilah. In Hey There Delilah, we had a D chord going to F sharp minor. We learned F sharp minors very early on, including with Pretty Woman. That song was in A and went to its 6th chord, the relative minor, that doo-wop progression from A to F sharp minor. Once I've done that a few times, I could just play A as a bar chord, ignoring the 1st string. So I've got 0, 2, 2, 2. Add 1 finger and I have F sharp minor, A and F sharp minor. In Hey There Delilah, we've got D's and F sharp minors. Just like with the A chord, I can get tired of shifting into the normal fingering, and I can start barring the D. I can get the 2, the 3, and the 2. So the 2s are in the bar. The 3rd fret is my middle finger on the 2nd string. Then to get to F sharp minor, I just add the ring finger to the F sharp and remove the D finger. We also had B minors then. So we've got D with this little bar, F sharp, and B. So this little bar then can link our chords together. And that's what I want to look at today, is how that bar links them up. One more way to think about F sharp first though, is if people forget it, I'll say, well, make your F chord. Now sharp it. So the F can go up 1 fret to F sharp. Then we lower this note into the bar for F sharp minor. So we've got F sharp minors, Ds, and B minors. with all these links and anchors. Turns out the D chord has an F sharp in it on the first string, 2nd fret, and we could put that F sharp on the 4th string. So this is called D over F sharp. This bass note, the F sharp, just puts a different inversion here. That's linked to a million things as well. This chord is usually used when you want your bass line to travel. You could have a G chord with a G note to the D over F sharp, so the G note goes down 1 fret to the F sharp. That can go down to an E note in a C chord maybe. Back to a real D. So G with a G note, F sharp under the D chord, E under this C chord, D and G. That's one good place to see that chord. It may just recommend itself to you depending on the kinds of chords you're playing. So if I have a bar and an F sharp, I can add the D note, and I've got D over F sharp. So there you have D and F sharp minor. There's your B minor, but I don't have to put the bass on that B minor note. As you know, we've played this as a B minor and this as a B minor. If I have this 2, 3, 4, and 4 in my B minor, and I had a D which was 2, 3, 2, and 4, and an F sharp minor which was 2, 2, 2, and 4, you can see they're all connected and vary by only one note. Here's D over F sharp, B minor, I can put the B note in with my pinky, F sharp minor, I can remove the extra fingers and have the bar and the F sharp. So I've got 3 nice chords there without going anywhere with my hand. That's all coming out of something like Hey There Delilah. If you know that, you can scoot this all up a fret into the key of B flat, where I would have the D over F sharp moved to an E flat over G, the F sharp moved to a G minor, the B minor turned into a C minor. I want to come up with a name for this, like connective bar chords or something like that. So this one finger is holding down my chords. It's got a G minor, E flat, and C minor. You're probably hearing songs in there already that you recognize. And to tell the truth, in real life, I even play my B flat chord, this one, as part of this bar. These 3 notes are in the bar chord, so sometimes I'll only play that. There's a B flat, that's strings 4, 3, and 2 of the 3rd fret. That's just like playing A in Pretty Woman and going to F sharp minor. I can go B flat to G minor to E flat to C minor. And they can all be played with that one bar. I Shot the Sheriff then uses those chords. There's a big G minor, but we can play this little one. There's G minor. Add the pinky and the middle finger to make this C minor. I'll take that bass note off for now. G minors. Later we'll have E flats. And D minors. I'm going to show you the D minor right now. It's not part of this bar, but we can connect it with this ring finger. So if I've got G minor with the ring finger, C minor with the ring finger, E flat with the ring finger, I can take that ring finger to the 3rd fret and put in the rest of my D minor. D minor, as you know, is 1, 3, 2, and the open 4th string. But just as we saw D could be over F sharp, D minor could have an F in the bass and be called D minor over F. So this is a 1, pinky on a 3, second finger on the 2, and then ring finger on a 3. So D minor can slide out to G minor, add a finger for E flat, add a pinky for C minor, slide the ring back, and we have D minor. That's not the order yet, or the rhythm, or anything else about I Shot the Sheriff, but those are the chords. That's your inventory, and we'll move on from there another day. So there's G minor, C minor. That looks just like this C minor, but I'm not bothering to extend my bar. E flat over G looks just like a D in a bar with an F sharp in the bass, moved up a fret to E flat. And D minor over F will look like a D minor, 1, 3, 2, and O, with an extra F in the bass. So G minor, C minor, E flat, D minor, G minor, C minor, E flat, D minor over F. That will go with a G minor pentatonic, which is the same as a B flat major pentatonic. So this all goes in the key of B flat. I'm going to quickly draw those chords to leave you on the back screen here, and then we'll go with that. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you later. Here I've drawn you your G minor pentatonic at the 3rd fret. I've circled the top 3 strings where you have all those 3rd frets lined up. Here they are in the G minor chord, marked at the 3rd fret. This bar is this same set of 3 notes. The G is over here in the scale. Continue to hold that bar when you go to E flat. Add your middle finger and your ring finger to the same chord. Continue to hold the bar. You won't really see it in the C minor, but it is there. I've circled the same strings. And you add the second finger and the pinky to make the C minor. I've called it a guide finger as you slide the ring finger back to the 3rd fret and moved into that D minor. We don't necessarily have to say D minor over F, but I labeled it there. I'm actually continuing to have a bar lying there across that 1st fret now, because I drug it along with the ring finger as I drug it over. And there too is the D over F sharp that we derived from Hey There Delilah.